Welcome back. Now, the face-off is only intensifying in the eastern part of India. The dragon is once again daring India. China's aggression in Arunachal Pradesh is growing, prompting the state minister also to warn of a Kargil-like situation in the area.
Barely 2 months ago, Chinese nationals backed by PLA troops pitched tents on Indian territory in Demchok. Chinese nationals were perhaps encouraged by a sparse population on the Indian side. Now, there's a warning about a similar situation in Arunachal Pradesh.
Because of lack of development, the people residing in the border areas, villages, they are migrating to the urban areas. That is very alarming situation for the entire border areas in India.
Health and Tribal Affairs Minister of Arunachal Pradesh warning the centre that border areas with a thin population are vulnerable to easy intrusion by the PLA. The Arunachal minister even warning of a Kargil-like situation in his state.
You have said it could lead to a Kargil-like situation as Chinese will just enter these empty spaces.
You are correct, because Arunachal and other hilly terrains, there's no defined LAC. So army personals and intelligence personals, they also go for border that visits, and from other side also they are coming.
Recently, there were reports of Chinese intrusions in the Taksing zone. And his warnings may be a timely reminder to prevent a situation like this in Arunachal Pradesh. With Srinjoy Chaudhary in Delhi, Tanvi Shukla for Times Now.
Now, latest in Tamil Nadu politics, anti-Jaya bloc is emerging in the state. Decimated after the Lok Sabha polls, the DMK is desperate, and the speculation heightened a day after MK Stalin's meeting with Vaiko. The DMK chief has said he is ready to meet the MDMK chief Vaiko. The DMK chief has also said now that Vaiko is not his enemy and that he is a friend. That's the message coming in from Karunanidhi, and that if there is a new alliance, DMK's General Council will decide. Take a listen.
இன்னும் மேலும் பலர் இப்ப பாமக உடைய வீட்டு திருமணத்துக்கு நீங்க போறீங்க, அவங்க எல்லாம் இந்த கூட்டணிக்கு வந்தாங்கன்னா அவங்கள வரவேற்பீங்களா? ஒரு புதிய அணியை சேர்க்கணும்ன்றத முடிவா இருக்கீங்களா?
புதிய அணி உருவானா அந்த அணிக்கு திமுக
சார், நேற்று திமுக பொருளாளர் வந்து வைகோ அவர்களை சந்திச்சிருக்காரு. அவர் உங்களை சந்திக்க விருப்பப்பட்டால் நீங்கள் சந்திப்பீர்களா?
Well, that's a direct message coming in from the DMK chief. But after a gap of 8 years, the DMK treasurer MK Stalin and MDMK General Secretary Vaiko met at an event in Mahabalipuram yesterday. And while Stalin stated that he wants an alliance, Vaiko was non-committal on the issue. Clearly, Tamil Nadu may be looking at a political realignment in the near future.
DMK treasurer MK Stalin meeting MDMK chief Vaiko. The meeting triggering speculation of a possible political realignment in Tamil Nadu.
இது ஒரு கூட்டணிக்கான முதல் படியா?
நீங்க விரும்புறீங்களா? உங்க விருப்பம் நிறைவேறும் அவ்வளவுதான்.
The meeting took place at a family event of former Union Minister Ramados, but the MDMK chief is non-committal on the possibility of an alliance.
Can we take it as a friendly meeting or is it a right for a new alliance? It is a friendly meeting. It is a family function. The high-profile meeting between DMK treasurer MK Stalin and MDMK chief Vaiko comes at a time when the MDMK chief is extremely unhappy with the centre over the Sri Lankan Tamils issue.
With 18 months to go for the crucial 2016 polls, one will have to wait and see if the DMK manages to stitch a mega alliance against the AIADMK in the state. In Chennai with Shabir Ahmed, Zenia for Times Now.
Other stories from across the nation now. Former IPL Commissioner Lalit Modi has taken to Twitter to hit out at Rajasthan Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje over alleged corruption and called for a change of leadership in the state. Lalit Modi has also suggested that the BJP leader Om Mathur be made the Chief Minister of Rajasthan instead. There is a growing clamour for the Punjab Congress President Pratap Singh Bajwa to step down, with a section of his party workers protesting against the post he's in, and a section of his party men reportedly owing allegiance to the Congress deputy leader in the Lok Sabha, Amrinder Singh, have been protesting against Bajwa's continuance. India has been re-elected to the United Nations Body of Economic and Social Issues. The win comes just a week after it got re-elected to the World Body's Human Rights Council. India was re-elected to the UN Economic and Social Council with 183 votes. The Kerala Congress has revolted against the state governor P. Sathasivam, criticising his recent decision to form a Chancellor's Councillor to streamline governance of universities in Kerala. The Congress Vice President M.M. Hassan said the governor's move infringed upon the power of the state government. And the Finance Minister will hold a high-level review-cum-strategy meet of top income tax commissioners today. The purpose of the meeting is to bolster revenue collection work and chart a roadmap to achieve the target. The Central Board of Direct Taxes has also asked the IT officers to update and prepare latest reports about the status of the tax collections in various regions. And a YSR Congress activist has been arrested for his Facebook comment on Cyclone Hurhur. The political activist is a final year student, and a complaint was filed against him on October 15th. Now, the election campaigning for the upcoming assembly polls has kicked off in Jammu and Kashmir. Major political parties in the state are holding rallies, but the ruling National Conference is conspicuously absent from the political scene. Faced with an anti-incumbency wave and public anger, the National Conference is yet to release the candidate list, as the leadership is busy hunting for a safe seat for the Chief Minister himself, Omar Abdullah.
Election campaign for Jammu and Kashmir's 87-member assembly has kicked off, with major opposition parties like PDP holding rallies across the valley.
तारीख हमारी स्टार्ट हो चुकी है. आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे भी जलसे हो रहे हैं, डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज जलसे हो रहे हैं. हम अपनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसीज में कैंपेन कर रहे हैं. जितने भी हमारे कैंडिडेट्स हैं, सब जगह कैंपेन हो रही है.
But the ruling National Conference is yet to finalize the candidate list. Facing a strong anti-incumbency, the party is in a dilemma over the seat allocation for Chief Minister Omar Abdullah.
Even as the poll bugle has been sounded in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, the ruling National Conference is yet to come out with its final list of candidates, as it is still searching a safe seat for its working president and election-faced Chief Minister Omar Abdullah.
If the party insiders are to be believed, the ruling National Conference is facing its biggest challenge. A strong anti-incumbency wave is sweeping the NC bastion in central Kashmir.
देखा जाए तो उमर साहब ने गांधरबल क्या पूरी कौम के लिए अपने दौर में कुछ भी नहीं किया. मुझे लगता है जब से उमर साहब आए तो पूरे कश्मीर को परेशानियों के हालात झेलनी पड़ी.
पहला जो उसने वादा किया था कि रेगुलरली विजिट करूंगा मैं इस कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी का, लेकिन आप लोगों को भी पता होगा, खुद चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब भी जानते हैं कि वो उसने कब विजिट किया गांधरबल.
As the party remains entangled in its decision to field its top candidate, the hunt for a safe seat is posing a major challenge, and this deserted office a reflection of their fears.
फिक्र मत कीजिए, आप वो लड़ेंगे इलेक्शन इंशाल्लाह. गांधरबल से लड़ें या श्रीनगर से लड़ें या कहीं और से लड़ें, तो उनको ऑफर बहुत इलाकों से आ गई है. फाइनल चॉइस उसकी होगी, जहां से वो सिलेक्ट करेंगे वहां से इलेक्शन लड़ेंगे.
And after Haryana and Maharashtra, the BJP is completely banking on Modi magic to better its fortunes in the state.
Chief Minister's seat is safe or not. But as per the people's mood in Kashmir is concerned, the Kashmiri people are now, thinking that they had been hoodwinked from last decades.
Party insiders tell Times Now that there is every chance that Umar may fight from two different constituencies of Sonwar and Ganderbal in order to increase his chances of winning. Mir Farid, Srinagar, Times Now.
With that, we take a very short break, but also coming up on the other side, it's a full-blown face-off between the TMC and the BJP over Bengal Terror Factory. The BJP delegation will take a stock of violence in West Bengal today. And the NCW has promised action, but has taken none in the new Indian Taliban and remains unfazed. Is there a gag order behind the NCW's silence? We find out after this short break.